Let's dive into a demo of how the secret options auto trader can turn any option selling strategy into a stream of passive income in less than 10 minutes, and it's way easier than you think. So before I dive into the demo, first, what is an options auto trader? Well, you might be seeing a lot of bots online right now, which is essentially a black box, right? It's this thing where you connect your account and you don't know what the heck it's doing. Buying, selling, entering, managing. You're like, I don't get it. And that's confusing because it's going to lose you money and you're not going to know why. You'll message the person, be like, why am I losing money? And they'll be like, oh, I don't know. It's just the bot. No, you need to understand what is happening with your money. That's how you be responsible as someone who has acquired all this money over time, who has saved this money and wants to use it to grow it for their family, for security, for safety. You need to know what is going on with your account. It's irresponsible if you don't. And so that's exactly why the options auto trader is a rules-based system. You say, hey, I want to enter at this time, at this section, whatever. And so you need a rule system where a computer will only ever follow your rules. So you know why something is working, why it's trading, and what is going on so that you can actually have control of your account while it being automated. So I hope that makes sense. The options auto trader is a way to automate your trading using rules that get executed for you. So let's dive into an actual demo of it. All right, guys, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to recreate this 112 auto trader that I will be giving you at the end of this training. You can see here, this is that auto trader on ES. You can see here that there's currently $7,000 in open trading profits that I have and $15,000 that it's made total, using only about $44,000. That's literally awesome. Love that. But let's dive into actually how to set this up. So again, I click on create an auto trader. I connect it to my broker. And then again, I can create an auto trader or pick one from scratch. Again, I'm going to create this one from scratch. So again, you can see all the options of what I can pick. But for this, I'm creating a 112 strategy. So that's what I'm going to click on. Next, I'm going to click on the asset I want to trade. I use ES because I have a larger account. If you have a smaller account and want to do the same thing, you can do it on MES too. If you like CL, GC, NQ, or all these other features, you can do that as well. Again, for a smaller account, we'll do for MES. Again, it's preloaded with some of the best practices here. So if you don't know what days or what this to put, you can just follow what's already there, and that's the best practice to have the highest win rate. But how I structure my 112s is I go 90 days until expiration. I buy the 25 delta put. I sell the 23 delta put, and I sell 2 7 deltas. So this is how you would structure that trade, however you structure that yourself. If you structure it with money away, like you like to be doing certain dollar points away, you can do that as well. But I use deltas for my 112 trades. So just like that, 25, 23, 7. Next, I specify how often do I want to enter the trade. Right now, I only am entering in once a week on Wednesday. So again, that's what I do here. If I want to enter multiple times a week or every other week or once a month, I can do that as well. And then again, I can set that all up here, which this is how I trade it. Next is the take profit percentage and stop loss percentage. So again, I like to take profit at around 80%. I like my stop loss at 300%. That's how I run mine. If you want to change yours a bit, you can, but this is how I structure mine, the one that's maybe $5,923 a month. My early management in days I don't do because I'm not really the tasty live 21 days. I don't really do that. Next is turn hedge into a hedge at profit target. Because this is a 112, it can be turned into a hedge. So at the 80% profit target, do I want to turn this into a PDS hedge? And yes, I do. That's just that's standard by default. So save and continue. Next, I set up the buying power I want to use. How much money do I want to allow this auto trader to trade with? 5,000 is a good little starting bonus for MES. If you're doing ES, you'll need more than that. But again, just like that. Now I've created this auto trader. You can see here, this is how the trade is structured. I'm going, each trade takes about $800 and I'll make about $96 per trade. And so again, you can read exactly how this trade is structured if you want to make sure, but basically this auto trader is instructed to automate a 90 DTE 112 on MES once a week on Wednesdays. And again, follows all the rules that I set. And so again, I just authorize it and save this auto trader. And just like that, I've created an auto trader. Like it says, congrats. that I can use. Now, the only thing left to do is to turn on the auto trader by clicking the power button. But again, I already have one on ES running and one on CL running. I don't need the MES, but that's how simple it is to create the 112 auto trader that's going to trade for me and follow all my rules to a T. And again, I will be giving you this auto trader that I made so that you can in one click import it and start using it today at the end of this training. So stay tuned. Wasn't that demo cool? Wasn't it awesome to see how easy it is to automate your option selling strategy, specifically my 112 trade, which has made me so much money? Guys, the 112 strategy in and of itself is a very amazing strategy. And when you automate it, it literally becomes passive income at its finest. And literally there are 100+ auto traders in our system right now that are just trading the 112 strategy. So if you want to have success, I highly recommend that you use the 112 options auto trader. But I also wanted to give you some more examples, because you may be saying, Austin, that's cool, but I trade like this. I trade ratio spreads. I sell puts. I do strangles. I do XYZ. Whatever it is, I want to give you 3 more examples to show you how this can work for you. So we'll be diving into a 1 standard deviation strangle. I'll show you how to do put selling on a red day. And for my 0 DTE traders, I'll show you how to set up a 0 DTE iron condor strategy. So let's dive into the first example, which is a 1 standard deviation strangle. I'm going to quickly walk through how to automate the Tasty Trade 1 standard deviation strangle, which is their go-to strategy, and now you can automate it. So just click on create an auto trader. First, I'll show you how to set it up from scratch, and then I'll show you how to import it. So first is you connect your account, click on create an auto trader, do selling strangles, and then again, you can pick the asset you want to do it on. They do it on SPY, roughly 45 days out. And again, how we do a 1 standard is we do 16 delta each. So 16 delta, so a 16 delta put and a 16 delta call. That's how we structure the credit spread. We're only going to do 1 position. If we want to do more, we can increase that. We can enter once a week on Wednesdays, or we can even enter on a red day so that we can increase the credit that we collect. So we can enable it so that we enter on a red day instead. We can do a take profit percentage. Tasty Trade likes to aim for a 50% profit target, and then do early management of 21 days. So they type in 21 days, which means that when the trade gets to 21 days or less, then you exit the trade. No stop loss, I know that. Buying power allocation, how much money do I want to trade with? Let's say 10,000. This is a good little rule for this. Again, you can change it based on your account size or whatever you want. Save and continue, just like that. This is the auto trader for this trade. Again, I'll make about $500 per trade, stuff like that. You can read exactly how this auto trader is set up. But just like that, I've set up a Tasty Trade 1 standard deviation strangle that will trade for me without me letting my emotions ruin the trade. But the question is, how can I import this with 1 click? And so, well, if I go to create an auto trader and connect my account, and I don't want to plug in all those details, but I still want to do this strategy, I just click on pick an auto trader, and look, I have it right here. If we go into passive income strategies, 1 standard deviation strangle, I just click what I want to trade it with, SPY, SPX, ES, etc. So I just click SPY. Then now all I need now it's preloaded everything for me. So all I need to do is tell it how much money to trade with. So let's say 10,000, and I save and continue. And just like that, it's created the auto trader for me based on how Tasty Trade trades it and teaches in their method. So that's how simple it is to set up a 1 standard deviation Tasty Trade automation. Guys, aren't you seeing how amazing this is, where you can set up literally passive income using the strategies that you're already using to automate them and make them work for you? Well, that's exactly what we can do now with the options auto trader. So now let's dive into demo number 3, which is going to be put selling on red days. So for the next example, I'll show you how to create an auto trader that sells puts on red days. This is very simple. We go to create an auto trader, select an account, create an auto trader. We sell puts. We pick the asset we want to trade on. So let's say SPY, 45 days out, 10 delta. That's pretty safe. We go once a week, and then we only enter on a red day. So this means we're only going to enter on red days. So just like that. We set our take profit. We'll follow some Tasty Live mechanics, which is 50% take profit, 21 days until early management. Just like that. Now we're only going to enter on red days. We set up how much money we want to trade with. Let's say 5,000. And just like that, oops, I need a bit more money for buying power to do this trade. So let's go to 10,000 just for this example. Just like that, I set up an auto trader that will sell puts, which collect income for me every single time it's a red day, which means that I'm going to increase my win rate, increase the credit I collect, and just like that, I've set up an automation that's done for me in literally less than a minute. Wasn't that cool? Guys, it's so awesome because if we sell puts on red days, we're going to collect more money, which means we make more money and we have a higher win rate. Now we can do that on autopilot. But let's dive into the next example of how to automate a zero DTE iron condor. And last but not least, let's create a zero DTE iron condor trading strategy for my zero DTE traders. So again, just click on create an auto trader. Connect your account. Obviously, you know that we can create an auto trader from scratch, but I'm just going to go pick one because we have a list of zero DTE strategies based on Tasty Live's data. So you have the zero DTE iron condor, the zero DTE strangle. Again, I like defined risk for zero DTE, so we're going to go this one. And then again, I get to pick what I want to trade with. SPX is the best thing to do it with, so I just click SPX. Now it's preloaded all the best practices for us. I just set up how much money I want to trade with. Let's say 5,000. Save and continue. Just like that, I've created a zero DTE strategy. Now, for those of you like, okay, cool, but what does it do? Well, again, this explains in plain English what the auto trader does. This auto trader is instructed to automate a zero DTE iron condor on SPX every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Trades will be placed in the morning. This auto trader will avoid placing trades on FOMC meeting days. Sweet, I get to avoid the volatility days automatically. Trades will be managed at a take profit of 15%. Trades will also be managed with a stop loss of 200%. Perfect. This auto trader is limited to trade with no more than 5,000. Just like that, in literally a minute, we've created a zero DTE auto trader that will follow all the best practices and help us not to get stuck in the emotions and the time that it takes to trade. So that was my last example. All right, guys, wasn't that super easy? Isn't that so cool how you can finally automate your options trading and know exactly what it's doing and why to make money? Well, now you can finally turn any strategy into passive income, and the options auto trader supports so many, like selling puts and selling calls, selling strangles and selling straddles, ratio spreads, 111s, 112s, credit spreads, iron condors, and iron flies. It also supports futures options, stock options, ETFs options, and index options. So guys, no matter what type of options seller or options trader you are, no matter what strategy you use, this can work for you. If you sell puts, sell strangles, sell ratio spreads, credit spreads, anything on this list, the options auto trader can work for you. Now, if you don't know where to start, if you're new, do not worry. The 112s are literally the best place to go, and I would recommend that everyone does it. And again, you can do with one-click import the 112 into your strategy, which I'll show you how to do later on in this video. So, who does this work for? It works for option sellers who have a strategy, who wants to get it connected and start rolling. It also works for option sellers who don't have a strategy, because we will provide you with one in our templates section. It also works for option sellers who have a super complicated strategy. I'll show you in a bit how you can actually have super advanced entry rules to automate your trading. It also works for any option seller who wants to automate their trading, generate passive income, and reclaim their time from the screen. Guys, are you tired of being stuck to the screen? Do you want to spend more time with your family? You feel like trading is making you give up time with family, which is the reason you started trading in the first place. Guys, we need to start enjoying retirement and enjoying the people that we are on this earth with. And so in order to do that, we need to automate our option selling in a passive way that makes sense to us. Now, if you want this to work for you, at the moment, the options auto trader only works with tastytrade, which means you need a tastytrade account in order to use it. Now, tastytrade has a bonus right now, where if you sign up with a new account with them, then they will give you up to $4,000 of a bonus into your account for joining with them. And so again, this could literally be something that makes you money by joining tastytrade, because they're going to give you money by joining. But anyways, if you want to use the options auto trader, you need a tastytrade margin account with at least $5,000. If you don't, then this is not for you. So, are you ready to start using the options auto trader? Well, you can join the options auto trader today, plus get 6 killer bonuses when you sign up for only $197. That's $197 to join the auto trader and get 6 amazing bonuses, which I will explain more about towards the end of this training. I will walk you through what's in the auto trader, what's in each bonus, and what you get for $197. And so again, you can click the button down below to get started, or go to go.optionsautotrader.com/join. All right, guys, Q&A time. I'm going to answer 27 of the most common questions about the options auto trader so that you can fully understand it and know how to take advantage of it and get started quickly. So if we look into here, question number 1, why automate a passive strategy? You might be saying, Austin, but selling puts or selling a 112 is already very passive in itself and does not take much time. Well, my question to you is do you value your time? Do you see your time as valuable? Do you want to spend your life stuck to a screen 24/7, or do you want to be spending it with your family, focused, full attention on those you love, doing what you love, instead of being stuck to the screen? If you do like being stuck to the screen 24/7, then this may not be for you. Do you want to constantly monitor for a market crash? Do you want to spend your time, your thoughts, and your brain power worrying about a market crash coming, monitoring news, feeling like the world's going to end, and just doing all that? If you want to keep your brain full of that stuff and you want to constantly be monitoring the market instead of spending time with your family, then this program is not for you. If you like trading more than free time with family, with your pets, being outdoors, or getting some quality sleep, then this program may not be for you, guys. The options auto trader is for people who value their time, who don't want to be stuck to the screen because they see trading as a tool to make them money and give them more time with those that matter in their life. And so if you like replacing trading with your family because you don't like your family and you just want to trade all the time, then this program is not for you. Guys, David here even answered this question. He's for somebody who asked. He said, "I'm rather new at options trading, so I have to double and triple check all the strike prices and the type. Am I trading call or put?" Guys, if you're new to options, have you experienced this where you're like, okay, I see this huge options chain, but I don't exactly know what I'm reading or what I'm looking at. Like I see calls, puts, different strikes, different expirations, and you have to double and triple check, and it takes so much time just to make sure you're buying the right option. And if you don't, you could actually lose thousands, right? And so that's what he's saying here. Having the options auto trader do it all for me is wonderful. I know it is correct, and it gets placed if I'm not paying attention to the market. So if I'm at the gym or I'm walking my dog, I know the auto trader is doing the right thing. It is constantly monitoring so I can go about my day, and I don't need to watch the wall of numbers or charts or anything. So if you're tired of looking at a wall of numbers and charts and just want to enjoy your free time with your pet, with family, outdoors, this is the tool for you. Lastly, this person said a lot about why it's so awesome to automate, even if it's a passive strategy, talking about the statistics and numbers. But here he says, lastly, perhaps most important, the options auto trader takes emotions out of the process. This is where people get hung up. You don't need to get sidetracked with news or trend lines. Just let it trade your strategy. Guys, who here gets overwhelmed with emotion? Should I place the trade? Am I placing the right trade? Should I get out? Should I move my stop losses? The news just said this. All this craziness makes you get sidetracked from your strategy, and then you mess it up. And so again, with this, the options auto trader has flawless execution of the strategy that you told it to use. And so automating a passive strategy is the only way to have true financial freedom and true income that is passive. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, the 112 strategy that I use is already very simple, but now it is completely automated. My entry, my exits, my hedges, and it watches for a market crash and my stop losses 24/7. And so now I can have that done for me. So now I'm making all this income without even thinking about it. And that's what's awesome. So yes, you should definitely automate a passive strategy. Question number 2, do you have profit and loss stats? Guys, as you've seen through this demo, the options auto trader is very custom. You can create a bot around every different strategy, and you can change the delta as you want. So it's hard to say, yes, you'll do this, because I can't say what auto trader you'll make. Now, if you'll do the 112 strategy like I recommend, you might get to around a 2 to maybe even 5% return a month, depending on the month. But for those asking for stats, I will give you our general stats from everyone, regardless of the options auto trader strategy they use. So again, in the last 30 days, this was from last Friday. The total profit made in those 30 days was 41,000. The win rate was 52%. Total contracts traded 3,500, and number of trades placed is 600. Guys, we're doing a lot of volume, a lot of activity, and money and profit is being made. And so again, that's why I love this tool, because the metrics of how our traders are using it backs up that this works. If we look at the lifetime performance of all the members since starting this, and again, it's only been up for about four months now, all the traders combined, profits and losses combined, they've made $134,000. So if you're looking for a platform that actually makes money from automated trading, this is it. A win rate of 88% and almost 1,000 trades placed. Next, if you want to see the performance for each strategy, you can check that out. But like I mentioned, the 1-1-2 strategy is the best. Of all our 1-1-2 auto traders, there's a 96% win rate, and it's made $122,000. It's literally insane, but that's what our traders were doing. So that's our stats. Question number 3, what if I don't have a strategy? Well, guys, as I mentioned in the demo, you don't have to. You have access to my strategy database, which gives you all these proven strategies pre-built for you. You just click one button, and then now we'll preload the whole the strategy into your account, and all you need to do from there is say how much money you want to trade with. So not having a strategy is completely fine, because you can copy mine, and you can actually start doing just as well as me. Now, question number 4, how much money do I need? Well, I would say minimum, you need $5,000 in your account, but hopefully you have a lot more. So like if you have 10 to 50,000, I would say you can aim to make $500 or more a month. If you have 50 to 100,000 in your account, you will hopefully, depending on the strategy, make around 1,000 a month. And if you have 100,000 plus in your account, then you should be making 4,000 a month. And so again, that's what your goal should be with the options auto trader, and that's what I'm seeing for members who are using the auto trader to trade successful strategies like 1-1-2s, strangles, and selling puts. So again, you can make all that on autopilot using the options auto trader. Question 5, can I use both man and a machine? Austin, I've heard this question before. Austin, I love placing the trade, but I want it to manage it for me. For instance, like I love setting up the 1-1-2 trade, like with it being like a wider hedge, and I love customizing it based on charts, but I want it to manage my trade. Can it do that? And yes, it can. You guys can manually place trades, import them into the options auto trader, and then it will manage the stop loss, the take profit, and market crashes and all that stuff for you automatically. So if you like entering the trade, but you want to get rid of the emotional aspect by offsetting all the management of the trade, you can do that. Vice versa. If you want the options auto trader to enter the trade for you automatically, but then you want to personally close it, or manually close it, or manage it, or roll it, whatever you like yourself, you can do that as well. Guys, you're not locked into the auto trader. You can do manual trades and this and that and all that, so it's awesome, because any manual trade you do on the platform for an options auto trader trade that we're tracking, it will update. So again, we sync with your broker, so no worries about that. Question 6, what safeguards are available? Guys, we have the buying power limits, as you saw in the demo, which means that your trader, that your bot, will not trade with more than whatever amount of money that you set. We have stop losses that will actually protect your account and get you out of the market when you've hit a certain percentage amount. And so that's how awesome it is, because those can't be rigged by market makers. And we have the market crash protector, so that if the market looks like it's about to crash, then it will get you out of your positions as well. So now, how does the buying power limit work? Well, you set up as your buying power allocation the amount of money you are okay allowing that bot to trade with. So let's say you have a $100,000 account, but you only want to trade $10,000 for this one strategy. Then you set up $10,000. Guys, no matter how close it is, the auto trader will not place a trade if your buying power limit would be exceeded. Here's an email that said, hey, your 1-1-2 auto trader met all the requirements, but placing the trade would have resulted in the auto trader exceeding your buying power limit, so the trade was not placed. Guys, you see that no matter what happens, we check out new trades before it's placed, and so we make sure that your buying power limit will not be placed. So the first place to secure your account is by using a buying power limit. Now, question number 8 is, I thought stop losses don't work. And that's true. If you're using stop losses with your broker, stop losses do not work because they either get jumped, they get skipped, they get avoided, or they get rigged by market makers because they can see those orders and take advantage of them. Just like this, where the hunter, when it sees its prey, it goes after it and it kills it. That's what's happening in the market. We have hunters like market makers and big institutions and hedge funds and things like that, who are targeting retail traders because they can see our order sitting out on the market and they take advantage of it. They move the market to trigger us to get out, only to see the market going in our favor later. Guys, how many times have you seen that, where the market dipped, it hit your exit, and then it went up and made money? Or maybe as an option trader, because this has happened to me before, where all of a sudden, the price for the option moved up for a half a second and it closed my position. That's because of rigged stop losses, and that's why stop losses don't work until I created the stealth stop loss system, which basically puts a brick wall in between you and the people trying to take advantage of you. So guys, just like the hunter, if it can't see the prey, it has nothing to attack. That's the same way here. The market makers, hedge funds, and big institutions cannot see this new stop loss order that I created. And if they can't see your order, they can't manipulate the market to take advantage of it. And so this works by having your stop loss order sit on our private server, and it checks the market every minute to see if that stop loss order should go in. And then when it's time for that order to be placed, then it sends the market in. Instead of like a broker, they have that order sitting out in the market 24/7 so that the big institutions know how to take advantage of it. Now your stop loss not only protects your account, but cannot be rigged. So now you have one of the safest stop losses ever. So you might be saying, yeah, stop losses don't work with brokers, but with the options auto trader, they work flawlessly. And so again, you can set up stop loss percentage, trailing stop loss, and stop loss amount. Let's say I only want to lose $500 or something like that, all using the options auto trader. So question number 9 is, how can I avoid a market crash? Well, guys, that is the biggest threat to option sellers. If you can see here, this back test of just normally selling puts on SPX. Again, I'm using the typical strategy, which is 45 days out, 50% take profit, and manage at 21 days. This is very standard. This is what most people do. Then during the 2020 COVID market crash, you would have lost $527,000. That's literally $500,000 you would have lost from your puts. And guys, that's literally insane. Most of us cannot stomach or handle or even have the money to survive that kind of loss. And so again, how can we avoid that? Well, we need to identify where the market is going to start turning over. So if we look here, the market is starting to turn here, 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 and here. Again, it's also turning here, but what I'm about to show you doesn't work all the time. So the question is, how can we identify when the market will turn around? Can we identify points like this and get out before it does? And so just like this, it is called the Bollinger Band indicator, guys. If we go 3 standard deviations out and the market breaks above it and then breaks back down, that shows that the market is likely to pull back and crash. And so when this happens, using a purely math-based level of when the market will crash, we can get out of markets before that happens. So you would have avoided the 2020 crash. And so guys, can you imagine what would happen if you avoided the crash and you just kept making money? Instead, you got out and then you re-entered the puts here. Guys, that's how awesome this is to do the avoiding market crash thing. And it's so easy to set up for you. You don't have to watch the charts. You don't have to set up advanced metrics, all this stuff. You just simply go into your platform and you type in enable market crash safeguard. So now you can avoid market crashes based on a mathematical level and not hoping and guessing. Question number 10. What if I have a ton of entry rules? Well, you can integrate with TradingView, where you set any specific entry rule you want. And it can be super complex. And then once you have that, then you trigger TradingView to notify our options auto trader system, and then we'll place the trade for you. So just like that, we integrate with TradingView for those of you who have super advanced strategies. Question number 11 is, how do I stop an auto trader from managing my trade? Well, again, you have this delete the trade button, which again will remove the trade from our system, but still keep your trade open. So if you're like, I just want to manage this trade myself, I don't want to doing anything, then you can delete the trade from our system. Or you can actually go into the trade details and ignore it from automations, where we have the trade and we're tracking your performance and progress, but we will not manage anything or any of it for you. So you just change this to true, and you can ignore the automations so that trade is just sitting there for you to see the performance, but we won't do stop losses or anything like that on it. So yeah. Remember, guys, this is the options auto trader. This is a rules-based system. You have full control of everything you want to do at any time. Question 12 is, can I turn off an auto trader? Of course, you can do that by clicking on the power button, and if the power button's red, that auto trader is not on, which means that it will not place any more trades. Again, if you have active trades inside of an auto trader, it will manage those trades so that they stay safe. But the power button being off and on controls if it will enter new trades or not. And then also you can always just delete your auto trader if you want. Question number 13, will I get updates about what the auto trader is doing? Of course, we have something that is called the auto trader transparency page, which I absolutely love because it shows you step by step what happens when a trade is being placed on your account. So you can see here, it shows you, okay, your entry rules, all the rules you set up for a trade to enter was passed, the order creation passed, we test an order, it passed, the buying power passed, and then we executed a live trade passed. Or, if it fails, it's going to fail and then tell you why it failed, because the buying limit power based on the current position failed. So guys, you can see exactly why, and you get emails about all of this. So you stay up to date in real time about what's happening with your account and how to fix an auto trader if you're getting stuck. So question 14, how do I have to constantly log in, or can this be set up once and then be on complete autopilot? Well, I want to show you Patrick's account. So this is Patrick's account right here. He said, Austin, I just want to set this up once and have automated income for my family and never look at it again because I want to focus on work and them. And I said, perfect, let's do that. So we set him up with a 1-1-2 strategy, and you can see here, again, he has a small account, a $10,000 account, roughly, and he's made $1,300 in the last 2 months, and he never logs in. Like, he has never logged in except for that first time. And all he does is he looks at the daily performance email that we send him. So again, you can get this email where it shows you how your performance is doing, how much money you've made, how much time you've saved, and then a breakdown of each auto trader and its performance. So again, we update you on everything. So if you never want to log in after setting it up again, you do not have to. Question number 15, can I automate rolling? Guys, rolling options is basically just taking a loss. So rolling options will really kill you if you're wrong on direction. And so because of that, we don't automate rolling at this time. But again, you can basically roll by just closing out the position and then re-entering that position. And so because of that, we allow that in the auto trader already, but we do not support rolling as the idea of like close this, change this, all that. You can just close the trade and then reopen a new one, because the truth is rolling doesn't really help that much when you're doing the strategies we're doing. All right, question number 16, can I automate hedging? Yes, if you're trading a 1-1-2 strategy, you can have that strategy be turned into a hedge automatically, whether it's a PDS or a ratio hedge, that can be done for you, but hedging can only be done on a 1-1-2 trade. But if you want to set up a monthly hedge, an auto trader that puts on a hedge once a month, you can set that up as well. Question number 17, where does it enter my trades? The bid, the mid, the ask price. And so again, if you know much about trading, you know that when you're trying to place an options trade, there's 3 different prices. You have the mid price, the bid price, and the ask price. And so what the auto trader does is it works just like a normal human would. It tries to fill you at the mid price because that's the best price. So you can see here, it fills you at the mid price. If after a minute of the mid price sitting there and the order not getting filled, then it will slowly move closer and closer and closer to the order that you want. So we start at the mid price to get you the best fill. And if after a minute we can't, then we slowly move it to what works best for you. So for instance, if you're selling an option, then you'll slowly move the order closer and closer to the bid price, which is where you'll get an instant fill on it. Now, if we're closing a contract, which means we're buying to close it or buying to open, whatever, then we're going to slowly move to the ask price. So guys, it gets you the best fill automatically. You no longer have to go in and place cancel order, re-enter order, cancel order, re-enter order, move price, whatever. All that stuff we now do for you automatically. Question number 18, how often does the options auto trader check on my trades or my stop losses and all that? Well, currently it looks at it every single 5 minutes, but it's being sped up to look at it every one minute here in the next week. So guys, your trades are safe and protected. Question number 19, what if I don't know what delta expiration, gamma, etc. to pick to set up a trade? Well, first off, if you're going through the strategy, the options auto trader creator flow to create an auto trader, we actually preload all the best practices in there for you. So again, you can change it, but the best practices that have the highest win rate and the most profit have already been plugged in there for you, so you don't have to think about it. But if you just want to use one of our templates, as mentioned earlier, you can. Question number 20, can I trade based on different market trends? Guys, I think a 1-1-2 strategy that just works in the overall market works best. But if you want to trade credit spreads or different strategies based on the trend, you can use our TradingView integration. So a simple way to do this is set up a moving average. And if the stock is above the moving average, then trigger this auto trader. If it's below, then trigger a different auto trader. And so that's how you can trade based on different market trends. And it's quite simple to set up. Question number 21, will the options auto trader trigger a PDT trade? So for those of you who have under $25,000 in your account, you know that you can't do more than 4 trades in a 5 business day period. And so again, first off, the options auto trader will check for that before placing a trade. So it will not trigger a PDT trade because it won't enter one if it would result in a PDT trade. So we already checked that for you. And if you want to avoid the PDT rule entirely, you can actually use futures options because those don't have a PDT rule. So then again, we also support futures options, which is what most people on this platform use. So we don't have to worry about it at all. So no longer worrying about the PDT rule. Next, question number 22, can I connect multiple accounts like my broker account, my retirement account, etc.? Yes, we support any accounts you want to connect. So that means that we can actually use your normal broker. We can do a joint tenant account. We can do an IRA or corporate accounts. Whatever accounts you have with tastytrade, we can integrate with. And again, we integrate with them all in the single account. So you just need one options auto trader account, and then you can connect multiple brokers inside that one options auto trader account. Question number 23, what security measures are in place to protect my account? Well, first off, when you're logging in, we have 2-factor authentication so that you can verify with your mobile phone you are who you are, so that nobody else can get access to your options auto trader account. Next, we have database encryption. So we never store passwords. We do not store your passwords. We store access tokens that expire every 24 hours. And so again, that's what we use to place trades through is access tokens that the broker gives us, and that data is encrypted. So even when I look at it, which I'm the only one who has access to the database, when I'm checking things, I don't even see the access token because it's just a jumble of words and numbers. So guys, your account is protected by a 2-factor authentication, database encryption, and has all the best security practices built in based on the OSWAP's top 10 report. So again, Security and execution is my problem. I worry about it all the time so that you can focus on creating the best auto trader to make you money with. Question number 24, what if there is a tech error, order error, etc.? Will I be notified? Guys, the options auto trader notifies you about everything. Trade order entry, trade order exit, different fills, buying power limit hit, like this one. It says, hey, we tried to place a trade, but the buying power limit was hit. Or, hey, it appears that your account disconnected, or something like that. Again, that's not common unless you change your password, or TC Trade support changes something in your account. Then you'll need to reconnect it. But guys, our error rate is very, very low. And just like this, DES said the same thing. He says, I would like to offer you my experience with the auto trader from almost the beginning, as I was one of the early adopters. I have been on the system with a $60,000 account going on for 4 months now, and 99.9% of the time it has performed as planned and developed by Austin. My 112 trades have enjoyed a 100% win rate to date and were executed flawlessly by the options auto trader. Guys, it's very rare that we have an issue, but if it does, it will notify you and tell you how to fix it. So that's what it's about. All right. Question number 25, how often is the options auto trader updated and improved? Every day, all day. Guys, I'm improving this based on what you ask me. I only build things for paying members. So if you have an idea of something you want and you're not a member yet, I won't build it. I only build it for paying members, because we can jump on a call and talk about what it is you want and what that looks like, and then I can build it. But yes, I'm constantly improving and building on the product. Question number 26, what kind of support is available? You can access me via email, the live chat on the site, and also I schedule one-on-one onboarding calls and Zoom calls with members whenever they want. Question number 27, is there a refund policy? Of course, there's a 30-day money-back refund policy. So, are you still on the fence about joining the options auto trader? If you are, the truth is you will never know all you need to know in order to buy, because some things that we can only learn by doing. That's why when we want to buy a car, we go into the store and we test drive it. Or when we buy a house, we go and we walk through the house and see if it's something we like. Guys, we need to actually experience something to see if it'll work for us. This is why you guys need to go join the options auto trader right now and go see if it is a good fit for you.